Hello again. Today we are seeing versions I didn't mention on the last 3 episodes. First is Pre-CGTT initial test. Notch started working on it in May 10, 2009. Here Notch starts working on the game, that back then was Cave Game. Next is Pre-CGTT 2009-05-12. The only changes are this. Next is Pre-CGTT 2009-05-13 to 1351. Here are the only changes: reduced performance. Next is Pre-CGTT 2009-05-13 to 1408. Here the only change is reduced performance. Next is Pre-CGTT 2009-05-13 to 1641. Here the only change is improved performance slightly. Next is Pre-CGTT 2009-05-13 to 1648. Here the only change is improved performance. Next is RD 132151. Here the only change is updated tile chunks. Next is Classic 0.0.1. This version is lost. There's not that much information about this version. Next is MC161607. The only information on this version is this Tumblr post, by Notch on May 16, 2009, and all these TIG forums archived log chats. Next is MC161616, which is lost. Here the only changes are this, which if you press the letter Y, swaps the mouse Y-axis. Next is MC161625, the only changes are this, fixes. Next is MC161648, here the changes are more fixes. Next is Classic 0.0.2, release on May 16, 2009, which is lost, so the only information is this chat log, and the changes are these. Next is Classic 0.0.3, this version is lost, so the only information is this chat log. Here are the additions and bugs. Next is Classic 0.0.4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. All of these are lost. There is almost no information about them. Next is Classic 0.0.9. This version is lost. The only proof that it exists is this screenshot. Here are the additions, fixes and bugs. Next is Classic 0.0.10. This version is lost. The only proof of existing is this chat log. Here are the additions, changes and fixes. Next is Classic 0.0.118. This version is lost. The only information about it is this video. But there is a version in the launcher called 0.0.11a, but this is likely a developer build of 0.0.12a, so here is some gameplay. Also in all of these gameplays I create a lot of worlds when the world generation changes, and I also go on old worlds. Next version is version Classic 0.0.12a, released in May 19, 2009. This version is lost. The only proof is this Tumblr post by Notch. And here are the additions, changes, and bugs. Next is version Classic 0.0.12a_01. This version is lost. The only proof is this screenshot. Here are the changes. Next is Classic 0.0.12a_02. This version is lost. The only proof is this Tumblr post by Notch. Here are the changes. Next is Classic 0.0.12a_03 to 2349. This version is lost. The only proof of existence is this chat log. Next is version Classic 0.0.12a_03 to 0018, or just Classic 0.0.12a_03. Here is some gameplay. You can see here water spreads fast, it just teleports. You can see here when you put blocks above grass it turns into dirt. You can see in this video I loaded a new world and I got stuck in the invisible wall. Classic 0.0.13a. This version is lost. The only proof of existence is this a video by Notch. Next version is Classic 0.0.13a launcher. This version is likely a developer build of 0.0.13a. Here is some gameplay. One of the features added in this version was saving levels. You were able to save it to a URL and other people were able to play it. If you create a new world in this version, it would create a flat world and you were able to choose world sizes. There were also these long flat worlds. Next is this two lost versions, Classic 0.0.13a_01 and 02. There is almost no information about these versions. Next version is Classic 0.0.13a_03 and Classic 0.0.13a_03 launcher. So here is some gameplay. See, when I try to save the level, there is an error.